Hey Virgo, hey, how you feeling? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, welcome back. If you're not, Virgo, if you've been rocking with me, I appreciate you. Thank you, and thank you for trusting me with your energy. Virgo, if you are new, I am Shauna, and this is your highest good tarot, and you have found some folks who are, putting in the work. And if that sounds like something you're doing or you're starting off or you've been doing it, Virgo, you found your people because we are always striving to elevate. We are about our business. We are about evolution. We are about growing towards our highest potential, growing towards our higher selves and towards the divine. So, speaking of business, we talking about your next money move because we also believe in minding our business. Literally. So, what we're going to do is take a look at your current financial situation, the energy around that. We'll clarify it. We'll get some advice from spirit, what potential blockages could be, what's the hidden potential there, as well as what the your financial energy would look like if you follow spirit's advice. Keep in mind, Virgo, that this is a tarot reading. And as with all tarot readings, they're not meant for everybody. So take it as it resonates. And also, when it comes to making decisions for your life, use your discernment. You know your life way better than we do. So, you know, let's get into your energy. Let's get into the energy of your financial situation, Virgo. What's the energy surrounding Virgo's financial situation? I hope you're feeling well. And if you are not, I hope will give you something that encourages you because this is your highest good tarot. And keep in mind, Virgo, we do not know if this is going to be a good reading or not so good reading, but everything that is said is for your highest good. What's the energy surrounding Virgo's current financial situation? Here we go. Reckless. Reckless. At the bottom of the card, it says uncontrolled spending habits and impulsive purchases are making your financial journey harder than it has to be. Then we have focus as a key. So we have a lock and a key. Focus. It's difficult to be productive when your energy is scattered in so many directions. At the bottom of the deck here, freedom of time. I feel like this is the energy that you want, that you're striving for, but there may be some things that you are participating in that you see as opportunities, but it's taken away from your time. Like many of you are striving to be able to dictate your own time. Maybe you work for somebody else. Um, or maybe you're thinking about or have started your own business, but in business, of course, you have to be particular about the things that you purchase. And just because an opportunity is there and it may seem like a good opportunity, whether you are working for somebody else or doing your own thing or even in between, doesn't necessarily mean that it's the best fit for you and for that time being. But I feel like freedom of time and being able to dictate your time is the goal. The freedom to do whatever you want with your time is one of the ultimate benchmarks of an abundant life. You are the master of your schedule. I love that energy that you're striving for, but let's clarify the reckless and the focus. Can we clarify reckless and focus for Virgo, please? Clarify reckless and focus for Virgo. Yeah, the uncontrolled spending habits and impulsive purchases. For some of you, it may be business directed, but for others of you, it's definitely more personal. Definitely more personal. Please clarify reckless for Virgo. Clarify reckless for Virgo, please. Both of these are reckless. Okay. So to clarify reckless, we have the Knight of Swords, which is an impulsive energy, and the Two of Swords, which is indecision. It's indecision and decision because a lot of times when you don't decide, that is a decision not to decide. But we'll get into that. With clarifying focus, we have the Four of Cups, which is interesting. Wow. Are you easily bored with what's going on? Dissatisfied with where things are? So it makes it difficult to focus on being productive. And this is a question, especially if you are working for others, if you're working for a company that isn't yours. At the bottom of the deck, 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups. You want a life of where you can dictate your time and a life where you can enjoy things, perhaps with your family, enjoy, just be fulfilled. Just be fulfilled. Yeah. But a lot of you can't focus on being productive on the job that you're in. Um, and you're scattered because you're bored, you're dissatisfied. And when it comes to the recklessness and the spending habits, that is another symptom of the problem. Being dissatisfied with where you are, maybe in your career, maybe with your business. Because again, this is um, about not making a clear decision in what you want to do. And the recklessness with the spending, it has to stop because in the end, you're actually hurting yourself and your finances and anything that you're trying to create in order to be a person who dictates their own time. Yeah, it's like for those of you who have started a business, it's almost like you are unsure about which direction to go. And that is what puts you in that dissatisfied energy. It's like you're focusing on the wrong things as opposed to focusing on what is actually already in front of you. I hear woulda, coulda, shouldas, and that could be about reframing your mind about any decisions that you have made and not shaming yourself in a decision that you did make in business. Because in business, uh, we have to fail fast, fail hard, fail fast, and pivot and learn on it, learn from it, build from that, as opposed to getting stuck. Let's get some advice here. Advice from spirit. Yeah, let's do that. Advice, please, spirit, for Virgo regarding this situation. What is your advice for Virgo? Virgo, if you would like a pre recorded private reading with me, there's a link in the description box below that lets you know how to get one. What's the advice for Virgo, please? And if you're feeling this energy, you're feeling the fact that we are putting in work, We talking about how to build on business, how to do things. Go ahead and like, share, subscribe. Hit that notification bell so you can know when we dropping videos that relate to you. Okay, so what came out is artist, well, artist and discovery. Y'all, I promise I can read. I can read for understanding and just read in general. So discovery says that, so this is the advice. Discovery: there is still an essential piece of your puzzle, Virgo, that you have yet to discover. Isn't that wonderful? A missing piece of information must fall into place before you know your next step. Listen, to get you out, and Virgos, y'all good at some research. Come on now. Virgos, to get you out of this energy, you have to be able to see that missing puzzle. We have artists at the bottom of the deck. A true artist lives their art. Let your life be your canvas and you will create your greatest masterpiece. Sometimes we take life so seriously to the point where it's a must, and we put a lot of pressure on ourselves as opposed to just living life and letting the chips fall where they may, being in flow, if you will. Artists, creatives, they're really good at being in flow. And I know 12:22 is on the clock right now. I know that spirit is saying that in order for you to see what this missing piece is, pull back some. Pull back some. Give yourself grace. Take a break. Because sometimes when we stop looking so hard for things, that's when we see it. It's like when you you can't find the remote or your keys or something like that, and you're looking everywhere, but finally when you just kind of like, okay, all of a sudden you realize the keys were in your pocket the whole time. You realize you left the remote right behind the television or on the kitchen counter because you were making a sandwich or something. It's like that. That missing piece, that thing that will bring you back into focus may just require a break. Just like a break of taking the pressure off of yourself. Not putting yourself in that space of woulda, coulda, shouldas, shaming yourself. What you should have done. You could have did this. That time has passed and now we're in another space. Yeah, let's go to the potential blockages. Potential blockages for Virgo, please. What are the potential blockages for Virgo? Potential blockages for Virgo. And for those of you, Virgos, who may be working for companies, working for other people, and you are dissatisfied with where you are, sometimes it also takes that space, takes that that step back in order to think about, okay, what is it that I want to do? I know I'm not trying to do this my entire time. I'm not trying to be here for the next 20, 30 years. Do I want to start my own business? Or do I want to change what I do completely? Do I want to go from working, let's say, in a call center to possibly working face to face with people? You make the rules, Virgo. You make the rules for your life. And nobody says that it's too late to start over but you. Nobody says that it's too late to actually, find or discover. I love this word, discover what your love and your passion is, but you. What's wrong with being a coach, a life coach? What's wrong with being a healer? It's not too late. It's not too late. So, this is a potential blockage, strength, bottom of the deck, 10 of Pentacles. Leaning too much on a couple of things. Depending, having that ego strength of needing to have certain material success, or have making sure that you follow these these standards that may have been set or given to you or imposed upon you by your family, because strength is of course about having compassion and kindness, especially for yourself as well as other people, but it's also about courage and power. But what I'm getting here is more about, the ego, being emotional about being in a certain space when you should have been here, and that just gets you stuck ruminating over that, like, man, I could have been by now. Statements like that. Yeah. What's the hidden potential or hidden opportunity? Hidden potential or hidden opportunity for Virgo. Hidden potential or hidden opportunity for Virgo in this situation. What is the hidden potential or hidden opportunity for Virgo? Page of Swords. Page of Swords is somebody who is energetic and ambitious. This is an opportunity for you to reconnect with yourself, opportunity for you to um, see this as an opening to, again, discovering what will actually fulfill you. An opportunity for balance. At the six, we have the Six of Pentacles here at the bottom of the deck, of sharing, with yourself, being vulnerable with yourself, being generous and fair to yourself, actually talking with yourself about, what it is you want. And it is also an opportunity about managing your finances better, because once you take that step back and take the pressure off of yourself, it leaves that space for, one, saving, because you'll stop spending it on whatever it is you're spending it on, and actually be able to focus on what is the best fit for your business. Where is this opportunity to make money? What are they purchasing more than anything else? That's where I need to drive this money into this. If they're purchasing inspirational t-shirts as opposed to um, caricature t-shirts, I don't know. It's just an example. You'll see that caricature t-shirts, they're not making the money that the inspirational t-shirts are making. So I need to focus in on these inspirational t-shirts, and how can I expand that out at some point. This is that time, to the opportunity to be assertive and be curious about what it is you really want and build on that. Everything else will fall into place. Everything else will fall into place. Let's see where your finances will go once you take Spirit's advice to actually, discover what you're actually dissatisfied with. What, because sometimes we can't put words to it because we haven't taken time with ourselves. But what would Virgo's finances look like if they take your advice, Spirit? What would Virgo's finances look like if they take your advice? So we have Skull. This is about reinvention. And while you're transitioning into this space, it's about, like I said, some of you guys are, and I'll get back to the thought that I was saying. Some of you guys are supposed to be in the work of healing, but you've been so focused on other things and you've been dissatisfied. I'll go back to that call center example. You've been in this call center, because you feel that you have to make this money. You've devoted your time to getting this overtime as opposed to actually following your your passion, which is about healing others. And healing has different looks to it. Yes, it could be Reiki. Yes, it could be tarot. Yes, it could be coaching. And coaching even looks different. You have your life coaches, but some of you are literally supposed to be coaches of like sports for for children who are in at an impressionable age, to help them navigate their lives and find discipline and things like that. But this is about reinvention. And while you are transforming and transitioning, it may be a rough patch for you, but that is because of the reckless spending. It has put you in a an awkward position, and work has to be done to build from that. We have sword here, so it will require there to be some cuts, but this will be a breakthrough for you. This will be a breakthrough for you. What else regarding their finances if they follow your advice? What else if they follow your advice, Spirit? What would their finances look like? This is something that you have to build on. This is something that you have to build on and make the decision to do, to put in the work for yourself. We have treasure. We have treasure. If you decide to dig in, dig hard, dig deep to discover what it is you actually want to do, if healing is your path, Virgo, what type of healing? What type of healing? Because there is going to be a point when you, after you dig in and dig hard and actually do the discovery, well, where you have worry-free finances, money in the bank, money in reserve. You'll have excess and be fulfilled. But a lot of you have hidden talents that you have not discovered. Is that it, Spirit? When you said all you know, It's time to go. Spirit says that's all. And with that said, I hope this encourages you, Virgo. Like, share, subscribe, hit the notification bell. Until next time, bye, y'all.